Okay, so yesterday we gone through the flow and based on the radio box, I think so new employee onboarding process. Based on the radio box, the drop down, like this drop down menu, we cannot control it because it's a known issue in Salesforce. So they are going to fix it. So, but you can go for a checkbox. So for checkbox, quickly I will show you that. So component visible. So maybe testing 3. Okay. So testing 3 is equal to true. So basically global constant true. Then this box is visible. So save. I just yesterday I activated it and I thought of testing it, but again I will make it as a new versions and save, yeah, and debug. See here, but at the moment from the drop down menu, yes, there is a issue, like on the radio button there is a issue, but you can use the pick list. So you can use, please select your preference, experience or freshers, then it will come. Based on that, like you can choose it, or you can go for a checkbox. Yeah, so like either you can use a radio button, or either you can use, like if you use the radio button, there will be an issue. Either you have to use the drop down menu, or either you have to use a checkbox. So that's the issue yesterday. So I think that resolved now.
So Sampath, if at all, if you use that checkbox, fresher experience, once you tick it, yeah, the checkbox.
Sorry?
Once you activate the checkbox, yeah.
Yeah.
For example, if you experience and fresher, so if you have activated the experience, that will take you to the another page, right?
Yeah, it will take it to the another page.
Okay.
So here also you can go and put a conditions like based on the checkbox. I tested it. It is working. So for the checkbox.
Okay.
Sampath, one question here. In the input left hand side, the input you have 36, right? In ours it's showing 24.
I have installed from packages. So from the packages, I may get additional stuff. These are all.
Okay, good.
So some of them coming from the packages basically, and some of them coming from the appointment type, service appointment. These are all the standard service appointment one.
Okay. One more thing, actually, how many variables we can use for each and everything? We can use variables, right?
Yeah, you can.
It's a good practice to keep lots of variables.
If you are having more variable, it's an issue. Nobody will go and look into it. Like all the variables, it will make more complicated. Try to use less variable. Otherwise, try to use a different form. So you can call another forms. So click on the submit button, call the different flow, another flow.
Okay.
Instead of putting everything into one flow, so try to have it like a different flow. So yeah.
Okay, thank you.
So experience, now we are going here. And now, would you like to provide your experience detail? So now if I select a freshers, we don't want to show this. So at the moment, what we can do, so I will change this one as a picklist, or I am going to introduce one more decision. So again, we have to, in the decision, we have to clone this screen like here and there. Let's do that. Yeah, no problem. So what I will say, like a selection preference decision. Okay, so preference decision. So the one is, I would say, experience. experience. So where is that options? Where is that options? UI preference, right? Yeah. UI preference is equal to if this, okay. And I'm going to add one more. My goodness. Fresher. Okay, now we have a two logic. Now process here, and then for experience go into the screen. I'm going to clone this screen. Just make it as a clone. And here I am going to say this screen will be screen 2.0. Like it's a clone of the screen, that's okay. Here I am going to remove this question, that's it. Delete. Yeah, so if they select experience, it will go to this screen. If they didn't select experience, it will go into this screen. So let's validate experience. Okay, and the freshers. I don't think the decision also will working properly. So I put like experience. It's coming to the screen. That's okay. If I select a preference, still it's going into the same screen, I think. So on the decision is not identifying because this value is not giving like any variable. So that is the issue. So the only other option is, because yeah, I would say let's change this instead of radio button. Let's go for like some other drop down menu, the best options. So change this to drop down. Where is that? Picklist. I'm going to say same thing here also. UI underscore preference 1. What is this? Choice experience. Another choice freshers. And I will delete this. Oh my goodness. We cannot delete it because it's reference to so many places. So, okay, let's save this. First, we change this into UI underscore preference 1 is equal to this. Save. Same way, freshers UI underscore preference 1. Done this. Save. Just to making sure preference 1, here also preference 1. That's good. Done. And is there any other place I have to refer it? Now, if I try to delete it, testing 1, UI experience, testing display 1, testing 0. Okay. Those variable fields, we are using it. So what I will do, I will go and delete all those variables. So we don't want those variables. Testing 1, where we are using it on the screen 2. Where is the testing 1? Maybe this one. Yeah, I am going to delete this. We don't want this. Okay, and what else? Testing this also, we don't want this. This screen also, because whenever if I clone it, it will clone the same screen. So I'm just removing this. Now if I go and delete this, still like a UI experience testing display 1. Where is testing display 1? Where we referenced it. If I go for a testing display 1. Now if I try to delete this, it's referenced on the testing screen over here. See, you cannot delete a field if it's referenced to anywhere. So testing 1. Now, yeah, still like there is something references. Where is your reference testing? Okay, now if I go back again, now try to delete UI experience. So that is the screen, I think. Where is UI experience? UI experience. Okay, it's referred unto screen 2. Screen 2, where is that? UI experience. Here, maybe we put a filter conditions because of that. Okay, good. Now, if I go here and delete, it will remove.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello there. Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, thanks, Sampath.
Okay. It's zero. Okay.
Hi, Sampath. I was just fixing our speaker.
Yeah, no worries, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, good. Now if I go for refreshes, okay, we have to remove this. So now let's figure out like what's, so on the UI experience, so I will go and say UI experience level is equal to, start with, okay, contains EX PEREENC and in this value what we are storing as a text field. Okay, so these are all the different choices and UI experience 1. Okay, and the decisions, and we didn't remove it, right? Even like it may, okay, we just phone, date of birth, all this done. Okay, let's go for it. UI preference contains experience. For brushes, I will say such here. Text contains brushes. Okay, debug mode. Default outcome executed. UI preference on null. Why? My goodness. Okay. Let's leave for now. Let's design the screen and then we'll get back to this actually. So I'm going to remove. Now the best thing is that once if we remove the screen, see all associated variable removed. So we don't want to go and remove manually, but let it be. So if I go to the drop down next, okay, let it be. So PS experience. Now in these questions, let's decide like if yes or no. So let's say like here, would you like to provide your experience detail? If they say yes, then we have like a PCS experience, right? So if they say yes, then we have to go accordingly like yeah. So let's validate that. So I need, okay. Now if they say experience 1, we have to put together Where are those fields? Yeah. So previous company name, company address, previous designations, and the previous company last date, So these 4 fields we may need to ask, or there are fields additionally. So at the moment, let's go ahead with the 2 fields, company name and company address. Okay. So I'm going to design that screen. So just put together like a choice. Screen 3. It's not that great. And then so company name, UI company name, instead of text field, I will go ahead with the text area here. Long text area. Company address. Required. Here also required. Now, if there is no, then directly we can go for social media informations, just few, okay, or additional comments. That's it. I am okay with additional comments. So just go for like additional one more screen, which is screen 4. Additional comments. I will go long text area. Okay. So now we have like a different screen. Now let's make it. So here, if they select, would you like to provide your experience informations? Yes, no. There are 2 options, I think. So PCS experience. So what I will do, I'm going to put a one decision here. Experience. Okay. Decision underscore experience here. Okay. So what is the value? PCS experience is equal to yeah. So this is the Picklist value, right? The PCS experience value is equal to yes. Then go for it. Otherwise, default outcome. Okay. We have another outcome, yes or no. So let it be. Okay. So it will go here. It will go here. If it's experience, go here. Else, it will go here. Just save. Now just run that, debug it. Run experience. Yes. Oh my goodness. I have to put the whole ID. Okay. This is perfect. Now, if I say no, what's going on? Okay. Test at test.com. See, it's going into additional comments. So you see the difference, right? Like if you use a pick list, so it's not coming. So radio button is not working, But if it's use a pick list, it is working. So the pick list values, like it's coming. Even now, I don't want this screen directly. I can go this screen. So yeah. So first this screen, and then here itself we are asking the questions. So would you like to provide your experience detail? If I say yes, it will go to this screen. Otherwise, it will go to the screen. Now, after providing the experience, it has to come to this screen, right? So they have to provide, like even after finishing this, come to this screen. Then finally, another one more screen, which is screen 5, I will say, or like a thanks screen. Okay, what I will do, just I will put a display message. Display thanks underscore display 1. Thanks for providing your info. Okay, after finishing this, let's go this screen. Okay, now let's save this and run it. Okay, so just I will enter something. If I say no, that's good. Okay, same way. And one more thing, I saw that like the email is resetting. So the email and the phone number resetting, we may need to check why. So on click on the next. Sorry, I'm going to say yes. Other fields are not resetting. Only the phone field, email field is resetting. If I come back, so we may need to fix that as well, because yeah, I got the issue. Why it's resetting means because there is no variable assigned it. So now you saw the problem, right? So in this two values, now whenever I'm coming back, so this variable value, it's coming because there is a value to it. Last name also it's coming. There is a API name, the value default it will take. But for this one, there is no value. But if you stored into one value, it will be there actually. If we store this variable, whatever we entered variable, if you want to store it one value, it will come. Whenever if you go back, the value will be here actually. So whatever you are entering, it will store on that variable value, and then it will be replaced. Yeah, so let me put that variable value. Now you understood, right? Like why we need to create a variable. So here, like without variable, we can access it. But sometimes like what happens if it's going back, like it will reset. Here also like it's getting reset because there is no variable assigned to it. So if I create a new variable, so let's say variable UI phone value. Text, save. Done, save. Now if I go to debug, run it. Let it be. See, now this value is there, but here email field, whatever we enter it, it's gone because there is no variable assigned to it. So to avoid that, simply you can go and create a one variable so that it will coming back, the value will be there. So that is benefit of creating a variable actually. So UI underscore email in email value. Okay, sorry, description, no need. Put a text, save. That's it. Save. Now debug. Run it. See. Now we have all the informations. Now what we need to do? So it's going to the additional comments. Now we need to save into the backend, right? So we need to insert into a backend. So how do we do that? So to do this, you have to use the create record. Create employee. Create an employee. One record or multiple record? Just one record. Use all value from the records. Yes, or use separate values. Which object? Employee object. Okay, and the fields you have to put first name. Do we have a first name? Employee name, right? Here, first name. But where we will store the last name? Now what you need to do? You have to create a new resource, which is formula. UI, I will say full name. What I am going to do here, I am going to combine the UI first name UI first name plus give space plus UI last name. So these two fields I am just combining it, and I am storing into a full name variable, and the full name variable I am assigning it over here. Is that clear? Hello.
Yes, Sampath.
Okay, so now what else we need to do? We have a first name, last name, email, date of birth, phone. Okay, so first name, email, I will go ahead with the personal email or official email. Official email, I will go UI input underscore email value. You can go for this, or you can go for this one dot value. Both option you can go for it, because UI underscore email value is the good one, I will say. Okay, you want to store it in the personal email, I will say like a UI underscore email values. Same field I am storing into two options, but make sure like once if you enter it, click somewhere outside so that like the value get populated. And then mobile.
So Sampath, when you give that email, both of the fields is going to be the same, right?
Yeah, I want that. That's why like I am giving.
Okay.
So both fields are same. So yes, so I need like the same field. So phone value, then company name, previous company name, UI company, previous company address, UI company address. What is it? So additional comments, UI additional comments. Okay, now before going into thanks page, I will go over here. Sorry, oh my goodness. Can I put it, roll it back? Yes, one step back. Delete, put it here and put it here. Now what happens if something error comes? Then what you need to do? You need to have a error screen separately. Error. You need to handle the error, right? So here simply you can have a variable error message. I would say flow error. Fault message. And drag it this. So if there is something goes wrong, the fault message will execute and this screen will appear. This is very important to handle the errors. Okay, now debug it. I'm going to put testing flow, last name, flow 1, testing flow 1 at gmail.com. Maybe date of birth is 1970. Phone number, I will go this. Yes. Let's enter company name ABC. ABC testing. Next. Testing. Additional. Okay. Here. Now what happened?
Validation is there.
There is a validation error. So employee age cannot be greater than 60. So go back to previous. Change the employee greater than 50. So I will go ahead with the 80. It will be okay. So next. No, still like we got the error message. Okay. Cannot be greater than 60 or less than 15. So I'm going to run again. Testing flow. Flow 1. Testing flow at gmail.com. So we need like age is what? 2020, right? So greater than 15, 2000 I will give. Is that okay, right?
Yes.
So next, ABC testing. You can see like the errors, like what value you are entering, everything it will come. Testing additional comments. No, still like we are getting the error. Employee age cannot be. What is the validation rule? Where is that validation rule? So what's going on? So if I go for a developer, 1970 it has to accept, right? Yeah, it's accepting. $1970. If I put 1980, yeah. So let's put like 1980. It's submitted. Sorry. Is it this screen or this screen? Sorry. So let's go back to the previous. What is the value coming here? So after entering the age, ABC testing, create record, additional comments. Okay. Mobile UI phone value is coming as a null. This is okay. This is okay. This is okay. I think like the values are coming as a null. That's okay. So I'm going to just save this. How come it's coming as a null? Did not enter the values. So UI, company address, company values, date of birth. What is, where is? Oh, okay. I didn't enter the date of birth. So that's why. Date of birth, UI underscore date of birth. What is the value you put? Just date of birth maybe. Yeah. We didn't put a UI. That's why like, yeah. Now save it. Debug now. So flow one, test at test.com. Actually, these two value cannot be tested now because runtime mode it won't the value it won't come these two. So 1920, 1970, and the phone number I will go with this. Yes. See here, at the moment phone value coming null, and what else? The email also will be null. Where is email? See, it's null at the moment because it will work only a runtime. So during the debug, like it won't work. That's a specialty of the component. So testing again. Next. See, it's got entered. Now if I check in the backend, all flow, this one, the flow one and the date, but at the moment email is null and the phone also null. Why? Means because it's a runtime. During the runtime mode it won't work. Let me activate it. Now it will work. So once if you activated, now the flow screen will work. Now you can add a flow anywhere in the page. You can add it anywhere. So I am going to add it over here. So just edit the page. Flow. Put it nicely here. Oh my goodness. Create a case. New employee onboarding process. Save. Activate. Okay. Now go back.